上面线条大概2公分左右的一个距离。
还有加一点材料，可能到现场需要多一点材料也有。
然后那个像那些挂件呢，就在这个4个角上。
木条成本还高了呢，你这木条间距多少大概？只要能保证那个平整。
平整度就行，关键是平整度。
So today we're going to talk about the doing the acoustic treatment for the Pakistani embassy movie room. And basically, last time we left off was we decided that the sound wasn't very good in the room and there was a lot of reflections and we needed to do something about it. So basically, as you can see in the picture here in our rendering, most of the walls are bare, and that in a perfectly square room that creates a lot of reflections, which is what we found when we went and listened. So what we did is we came up with a plan. We did a little calculation, and according to the calculation, we figured out about how much space needs to get covered. We come up with about a 15% of the walls need to be absorbent, just to reduce the reflections of the whole space. So based on that calculation, we figure out how much of the wall needs to be covered, and then we generated a picture that looks like this. And so we decided to first work on the stage, and we have the speakers covered because the client didn't really like the look of the speakers. We covered them with acoustically transparent fabric. And then behind that, there's 10 centimeter absorber, 5 centimeters of rock wool, and then behind that, there's a 5 centimeter air gap. And then at the top, you can see that there's this sort of slanted area, and that allows for much thicker rock wool to be put in to absorb some of the lower frequencies. We also treated the back of the room. You can see here with acoustic absorbing panels, as well as another structure in the top corner, of the room. So you can see that there. And so hopefully when this is done, we'll have enough absorption in the room that a lot of these reflections and stuff will deaden, and it should make the sound much improved. So that's what we're trying to do. Now to do that, it looks quite easy to build, but actually there's a lot of details in it, and you'll see from our meeting shortly what that involves. And so our estimate department will be involved, same with our procurement department, our project manager, and our designer. So hopefully you enjoy that and learn something new.
这个幅宽就是它的高度都是不超1.5米的，所以说横向它是无限延伸的，这是没有问题的，就看咱们怎么能把它给绷很平整。
但是它那个延绵是1.2米的吧？你还得考虑延绵的接缝。
对，
延绵，你不然你绷上延绵之后，你时间长了，你延绵里头不是一块整的，你还会体现到绷的那个软包布上。
就这个，
你不能光考虑
就是你感觉这个面料绷到软包布，绷到延绵上之后，可能会把延绵的形状给绷出来。
对，
就是你之前说那个，就是在这个后面是有做成砧板打孔，对吗？
对，想要做砧板打孔。其实做砧板打孔的话，倒是好一些的，就是说不会太延绵这块不会
太透。
是3公分，然后那个页面是5公分的，然后出来2公分。对，差不多，然后这样。
那在就是这个空腔就是靠这个木条，然后在墙上做成基层，然后把这个挂在上面，就后边空腔就是这样形成的。这个其实还是一个有背板的一个软包嘛。这是不是有背板？这里面有没有基层板？
没有。
那就是一个木框。
这是一个木框。
那后面
就刚才那个
空腔是怎么做的？
空腔这不是就是在上头做挂条吗？
这些都是木框，对吗？
这边就是挂条，对，通过挂条有间隔的挂条跟龙骨一样。
然后这个是有5公分，对吗？所以5公分，对，最好是这个框不要那么多。我们只是做一个5公分的，那个框，这个框是那个3公分，然后页面是5公分的，对吗？然后你就把布拉近，然后1年之后就没有变化。还是因为拉得很近，
一块小，咱那整个一面墙呢，
这是有2个
是，这是那框架嘛，在这个框架绷布，然后那个像那些挂件呢，就在这个4个角上，跟刚才那些龙骨一钉上，往上一挂，就这样挂起来的。其实它这
就跟挂画一样，
对，它这挺简单的这个。
So basically the problem we're trying to solve is the reflections from the walls to the walls, right? And if you listen carefully, you can almost hear reflections for about 2 seconds long. Right. So listen one more time very carefully. So that's the sound hitting that wall and reflecting back and forth. The only way to stop that from happening is to put some absorption on the walls like we have planned to stop this. And that should improve the sound a lot in this room. Okay, there should be a huge difference. After this is put up, that'll go away.
直接填进去，然后后面再钉一层那个
布，
钉一层黑色的那个布。
对对。
So if you look here, right, we're going to do 10 centimeters, and then after the 10 centimeters, we'll have an extra 5 centimeter air gap, right? Because it's 10 centimeters, it's going to be able to absorb a lower frequency, and that's going to help a lot. So we're going to try to make these ones thicker. Those ones back there will be about 5 centimeters. Here will be about 10 centimeters in the back, and then those will be nice and thick up in the top corners. The thickness, of course, affects how much of the wavelengths get absorbed, and then also the air gap and the depth of the air gap behind the absorber. So that's what we're trying to do here. So again, 10 centimeters in the back, plus an extra 5 centimeter air gap. That should be able to absorb pretty deep frequencies, you know, maybe down, at least the entire male voice, right? So at least the spoken voices should get a lot clearer in this room.